Today we're going to talk about Matter, a new standard which will make physical security and cybersecurity easier to integrate together. So what is Matter? Matter is a recent open source standard for connecting devices such as light switches, door locks, motion sensors, and a bunch of others. So the major goals of the standards are interoperability and compatibility. So this means you will no longer need to be a hacker trying to figure out which libraries to pull in, what works with what when trying to control devices from multiple manufacturers under a single application. For example, I recently tried to hook up cameras from different vendors, trying to get them all in one app where I can see everything. And even though I tried different libraries and I think I know what I'm doing, in the end, I was not successful. So back to Matter. So Apple, Amazon, and Google are some of the major members driving this standard. And this is great news. Finally, great news for the majority of adopters who haven't fully embraced home automation and home security just yet. And I'm one of those. I've tried a few devices and they seem kind of janky. They don't quite work together. So I think Matter is making the industry move in the right direction. So the Matter specification is published by the Connectivity Standards Alliance. And I'm going to go to their website right now. So this is their website. And as you can see, they publish not only Matter, but a few other standards as well. So if we go to Matter, we can go down here and we can actually download their specification. So we've got 1.0, which came out in October of 2022. And then this year in 2023, we saw a slew of devices supporting Matter. And some of the devices simply got software upgrades to support Matter, because ultimately Matter runs over the Internet protocol, right? So devices that are already connected to the Internet were able to add Matter support. So Matter 1.2 was added in October of 2023. But one important category it's still missing is support for cameras, right? Because you want cameras as part of physical security. They can provide alerts for people. They can also do motion detection, things like that. The good news is that cameras are a top priority for the Connectivity Standards Alliance. So many people are expecting to see Matter-compatible cameras in 2024. Another thing to note is that there is an open source software development kit. So you can go here, download it, and run it for a device and for a client. So a little brush up on the terminology. In Matter terms, a device such as a motion sensor is called a node, or sometimes called a server. And then the application that connects to that device is called a client. So Matter is definitely an important step in the management of these IoT devices, Internet of Things devices, because it's finally bringing interoperability that has been sorely missing for so many years. Because currently what happens is that these device manufacturers need to decide, are we going to support Alexa? Are we going to support Google Home? Are we going to support Apple HomeKit? And we need the software team to work on each one of those, because it's not an easy task. And users, home users and business users, will no longer be locked into using a home automation provider, or even using the app that came with the devices that they bought from their vendor. This means that solutions from smaller companies, some control applications, automation hubs, will be coming to the market, because it's easier for someone to create an application to a standard, as opposed to try to gather all these different devices together and support this device but not that device. So an important feature of Matter that I want to mention is called multi-admin. which means the devices can be read or even controlled by multiple clients. Clients meaning applications. So for example, you have a light switch. It can be controlled by the manufacturer's app. Maybe GE has an app that controls their light switch. It can be controlled by Alexa. Or it can be controlled by me. I can write an API and control that light switch from my API client. Now, this is not completely new. A lot of the devices were able to do this before, but now it is rock solid. It is a major feature of the standard. So all devices that support Matter will be multi-admin. So this means, from a physical security standpoint, integrating with cybersecurity, a business may have one application to control their locks, switches and security sensors, and then another application can be just used for monitoring, right? It can be just used for telemetry, reading off alerts from those devices. So let me give you an example. Let me give you a picture. So suppose a business has an office. It has a door lock, right? So this door lock is subscribed to the global device management server of the business. So suppose someone enters and uses a code for user A. User A is the one that uses computer A. So the device management server will see that alert, but then the device management server sees that computer B is the one that's actually being accessed, right? So we got an alert here, we got an event here, and combining those events, which is typically done through a SIEM, Security Information and Event Management System, that will be flagged as an alert. Of course, this is a very simple example, and it can be done today by using a custom code or some third-party integration. But what Matter brings to the table is scalability, right? So now you can write this event, this application that does analysis between these two events, and you don't need to worry about the exact vendor or the exact version of this door lock, right? You just write your application to a specification and you're able to release it to multiple businesses. Multiple businesses are able to use it without major modification. So personally, I'm pretty excited about Matter, and we'll see what happens in 2024. See you.